Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at the invisible shield for the Dell Streak 5. So this phone has a pretty big screen, so that's one of the reasons I've decided to put an invisible shield. The phone does have Gorilla Glass on it, but I'm going to take extra precaution because I've seen a lot of reviews and a lot of videos with people having cracked screens, and that's really horrible. But I've dropped my iPhone a few times and it hasn't cracked the screen. Um, I've ever since then. I've dropped this iPhone about a lot of times, probably like 10, 15, 20 times. But you can see these are the three major things it comes with. You get a cleaning cloth, a solution bottle, which is basically a little bit of soap and water, squeegee, the plastic squeegee, and then you get the little film. So the first step I would do, I've done this a ton of times. I've been reviewing stuff for a long time, and I get Invincible Shields and Bodyguards and all those other films, Rapsol. I've done all those films before. So one major tip I have for you is do it in a dust-free environment. Can't stress to you how important that really is. I'm actually doing it on my bed, so I don't know. It's kind of contradicting what I'm saying right now, but oh well. So don't do what I did on the bed, but you want to make sure you turn off your phone too. First step, turn off your phone. You're dealing with liquids, and you don't want to have your phone get damaged or in any way. And you want to identify your ports. So you can see right here I have a microphone. So I don't want liquid to get in there. So you want to make sure when you squeegee out the liquid, you don't squeegee out any liquid in that direction. So let's actually install the film. So the first thing I'll do is wash your hands. I already did this. So the first thing you do is you take the little bottle that they give you, spray some of that liquid on your hand. It's just soap and water. Don't worry, it's not nothing hazardous or any chemicals. Some basic soap and water. As you guys can see previously, I used the rocket blower to blow out any little dust particles because I wanted to make sure this install was spotless. But yeah, so first step, turn off your phone. Second step, put the little soap little solution on your fingertips, and then the third step is to peel it off. So mine was actually, the film was actually sticking a little bit to the paper backing, but I eventually got it off. And yeah, maybe I'll fast forward this part. I'm not sure because I'm actually reading over this right now, doing a voiceover. I rarely do these, but for this type of video, I actually did it. But let's see what else I can talk about. So also don't do it in a dust-free environment. Make sure there's no dust flying around. Just make sure. Yeah. So the Dell Streak does have Gorilla Glass, but I'm gonna take extra precaution, as I said before. Once in the beginning, I'm gonna protect it. And I only bought the front, and I really bought this for a really cheap price on eBay. I bought the whole thing brand new for $4 flat, free shipping on eBay. So the second step you want to do once you get that peeled off is you want to spray the solution on the back of the film. This way, when you actually touch the back of the film, you don't leave any fingerprints, and it also leads for easier application. And you from however long I've been reviewing skins, there's two types of skins. The dry install is a new one. It came out like a year or two ago. I'm not really sure, but before the dry install, they had the wet process, which is the process I'm doing now. But before this, they had the dry install, and now I think a lot of users prefer the dry install a lot. But don't be scared to doing the wet install. I think the dry install, I forgot if it leaves fingerprints or those go away over time. But which one do I prefer, the dry or the wet? I don't really mind. I don't have a preference actually, but as you can see, once you get it on, line it up, you take the squeegee and you slowly squeegee out the bubbles. Make sure you line it up because once you do the squeegee process, it's gonna be really difficult to actually peel off the screen protector because you don't want to stretch it or anything. But when you're squeegeeing, make sure you're wiping the water that comes out because there's actually all that liquid you just sprayed on the back of it is gonna be coming out. And any additional liquid that will be in there will actually evaporate over time. So if you guys are scared of getting bubbles or anything, those evaporate over time, so you don't have to be perfect. So as you can see, I'm taking water out with the squeegee that's provided, and most people are actually scared to do the wet install, so they take it to the little booth, the local booth at the mall, and have them do it for them, and they eventually pay like $40 just to do a skin install on their phone when you can actually get the damn skin for like $15 or $20. So yeah, don't be afraid to do this yourself. Just follow the rules I just told you earlier. Do this in a really clean room. use the cleaning cloth they give you, or if you have a microfiber, that's even better. But and then make sure you blow out any dust. Make sure the screen is spotless before you actually put on this skin shield. So invisible shields and bodyguards and Repsols and all those protective films that actually use water, or the ones that use the drying process, they're actually a little thicker. So there's two options you can go with. You can go with the invisible shields, bodyguards, or you can go with screen protectors. Now I didn't actually want to go with the screen protector because there's a few cons to both. With the invisible, so as you can see, I got you can see the orange. You can see what's left under there. Have little air bubbles, but I'm gonna eventually get those out. But yeah. So it's a really big screen also. But let me get back to the cons and the pros of using a screen protector versus a thick film. So with these invisible shields, the installation process takes a little longer, but the films are actually thicker, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing. The good thing is they protect your screen from really heavy scratches. And with the usual screen shields that actually scratch, you'll see scratches on screen shields. With these invisible shields, they don't actually scratch, and they're actually a little bit thicker than screen shields, so that's a good thing. But then it also depends with your invisible shield, because of these are actually thicker, they might not work with some cases, so that's something to think about. With the screen shields, they're actually thinner. They're way easier to install, but they scratch up really easily and they're really thin, so you don't get that much protection if you were to actually drop your phone or something like that. If something like that were to happen. So as you can see, I'm wiping out the liquid on my Dell Streak. If you guys are wondering, this is my new phone replacing the iPhone 4. I actually got bored with the iPhone 4, so I got myself a Dell Streak. And the second thing I'm doing is protecting the phone. I haven't gotten a case for it yet, but you can see I'm trying my best to take out all the liquid. I'm actually doing all four sides. You don't actually want to just push one way, so you might stretch the film by accident, but you want to do it in every direction. Make sure it's even. But you can see I'm making sure it's even, and then thoroughly checking. But any bubbles that you miss, you can actually take them out. They'll actually evaporate by themselves eventually, and this process usually takes a week. At most, a week to 2 weeks at most, and then they'll be completely gone and your screen will look perfectly. And now the only con about using these skins is if you're not in a completely clean environment, you'll have a piece of dust that's under the actual skin, and then this is where you're actually screwed. So now you're screwed over, you have a piece of dust under there. But I think you can actually peel off the skin, and then with these invisible shields, they have actually lifetime warranties. So you go to zag.com/register and you actually register your product, and you have a lifetime warranty. You just rip the skin off and send it back. So that's pretty cool about these skins also, and I got it for $4. So
Kush, yeah. There's nothing like now. There's nothing like. There's nothing like now. There's nothing like. I live my life the same way, I kick my freestyles. Never premeditated, zoning with a weed smile. I'm California living and New York City driven. My only vices might be good weed and pretty woman. I don't know what I want, but I know I want everything. I've lit up parties out in every scene, kerosene. I'm doing what I love, the thing that people dream of. Married to this game without considering a prenup. There was no plan B, told myself I can be a superhero, make myself De Niro like I'm Stan Lee. I was a daydreamer, voted out